What's the most illegal thing someone's paid you to do? My sister Kim was losing her mind. She'd lost custody of her 2-year-old son Ethan after 3 failed drug tests, and now he was living with some foster family across town. CPS wouldn't even tell her their names, just said supervised visits only, twice a month. I was 28, working at a warehouse making $12 an hour. My girlfriend Beth was 3 months pregnant, and we could barely afford our crappy 1-bedroom apartment. When Kim showed up at my door at midnight with tears streaming down her face and a thick manila folder, I knew she was about to ask something crazy. She slammed 10 grand in cash on my kitchen table. Hundreds. Real money. More than I'd ever seen at once. "Just get him back for me," she whispered. "That's all I'm asking." I opened the folder. Photos of a nice suburban house, a garage door key fob, hand-drawn maps of the backyard, screenshots from Google Street View, even pictures of Ethan's new nursery that she'd somehow taken during her last supervised visit. "Kim, this is kidnapping. You'll go to prison. I'll go to prison." She grabbed my hands. "They don't deserve him. I'm his mother. I made one mistake and now some strangers get to raise my baby." I slammed the folder shut. "The answer is no. Get help. Get clean. Fight this the right way." She left crying. 2 days later, my boss called me into his office. Budget cuts. Last hired, first fired. Beth was already showing and morning sickness was getting worse. We had $800 saved and rent was due in 10 days. Kim texted me every hour. "Please, I'm begging you. 10,000, cash." I stared at that money for 3 days straight. Beth thought it was from my severance package. I couldn't bring myself to tell her the truth. On Thursday night, I drove to the foster house. Nice neighborhood, manicured lawns, the kind of place where people actually had money for things like swing sets and nice cars. I sat in my beat-up Honda for 2 hours, watching the house. Around 10 p.m., all the lights went out except a small nightlight in what I assumed was Ethan's room. At 3 a.m., I used Kim's key fob. The garage door opened silently. My heart was pounding so loud I thought I might wake the whole neighborhood. I crept through their garage into their kitchen. Everything was spotless. There were family photos everywhere. The foster parents looked like they were in their 40s, maybe 50s. Happy, stable, rich. I found Ethan's room upstairs. The door had his name spelled out in wooden letters. Inside, the walls were painted with little clouds and rainbows. Shelves full of books. A rocking chair in the corner with a fuzzy blanket draped over it. Ethan was sleeping in a crib that probably cost more than my car. He looked so peaceful, so safe. That's when I saw the baby monitor on the dresser. The screen showed his little chest rising and falling. Next to it was a piece of paper with feeding times, nap schedules, and emergency contacts all written in careful handwriting. At the bottom, someone had written, "Ethan's favorite lullaby is You Are My Sunshine. He sleeps better with the nightlight on. Give extra cuddles after bath time." I stood there for 45 minutes just watching him sleep. This wasn't some cold foster care facility. These people loved him. They were taking notes about his favorite songs. I walked out empty-handed. The next morning, I called Kim. I couldn't do it. She screamed at me for 20 minutes, then hung up. 3 hours later, she cleaned out Mom's savings account and disappeared. Nobody's heard from her since. 2 weeks later, I got a package in the mail. Inside was $5,000 cash and a handwritten note. "Thank you for not taking our son. We know someone broke into our house that night. We saw the footage, but Ethan was still there in the morning, safe and sound. We don't know who you are, but we're grateful you chose love over money." I never cashed their check.